be spent on approved training provision delivered by a registered apprenticeship training provider. So it doesn't include salaries, which is a barrier to some employers. If you want to take on apprentices, as new apprentices, then that's often a headcount budget. So you can't include salaries. It doesn't include any recruitment fees or any additional costs. It only includes the cost of that registered training program, each of which has a funding band set by the Institute for Apprenticeships.
Perfect. And the levy has evolved, so some of you may only just be aware that you are paying the levy. But for organisations of about 70 employees or more, you probably are. If you work in financial services, might only be two people to but you know, if you have 70 employees or more, you almost definitely are paying the levy, and that you've been paying it for the last 18 months, almost, you know, 2 years in April. So it is worth thinking about how you can use it. But to Ewan's point, you know, it is really important to think about how you can use it effectively. Because there's no point in spending it on something that's not worthwhile for your organisation. So we'll talk a bit about that in a minute, but first of all, there has been some changes to the levy in the last couple of months. So can you just give some insight into that?
Yeah, the principal change has been, and the government had always suggested they might need to make it slightly more flexible. Initially, they allowed you to transfer up to 10% of your apprenticeship levy to one other company. They've widened that out, so now you can transfer a portion of your levy to multiple companies, and instead of it just being 10%, it's gone up to 25%. So we've seen this be very useful for companies where realistically they have a big levy pot, they have either lots of high-paid employees, or they can't really find places to use apprenticeships in their organisation, but they do want to help other organisations. It could be charities they work with, it could be companies in their supply chain, or it could just be people they know or where they care about that industry and its development. So you can now transfer up to 25% of your levy to be spent on other people's apprenticeships.
The good thing